Hello, in this video we'll be showing you how to use the Hikvision NVR's user interface. We'll show you how to live view the cameras plugged into the recorder, access the playback for those cameras, and export footage to a USB stick or external hard drive. First thing you want to do to access this user interface is plug a monitor into the recorder using the HDMI port or VGA port. That will open up the home screen here. It will give you some options to access live view. We can just hit the live view button and that will open up the live view tab. If you're planning on using the monitor all the time to view the cameras, a good thing to do is to just right click anywhere and enter full screen. This will get rid of the camera names on the left side here, as well as the different views you can use. That will look like that from now on. From here we can full screen a camera just by double clicking it. We can also zoom in further just by pressing the digital zoom button down in the bottom right. This will allow you to use your scroll wheel to zoom in to an area of interest. So if I wanted to look at this whiteboard, I'll just hover my cursor over it and then I can start zooming into it. From here we can also hold left click and we'll be able to move the zoom in view around. To go back, we just want to right click. I'll bring up the full screen again, can't zoom in anymore. And then to go back to the 2x2 window division, I just want to left click, double left click. And we're back to the live view of all the cameras. If you have more than 4 cameras and you want to create a custom layout, we'll just want to find the split button down in the bottom right here, and then we have a custom layout button here which you can press and adjust as necessary. To access playback, I just want to right click anywhere and hit the playback. Otherwise we can enter desktop. Now I'll bring up the tab view and we can press playback here. That will open up the playback tab. It will give you a list of the cameras you can access playback for, as well as the calendar down here. So if I wanted to access the playback for the 3rd camera here, I'll just tick that. That's going to load up the most recent footage of that camera. We can then adjust the years, months and days. So if I wanted to go back a year, I'll just hover over 2025 here, press that, and that will bring up the years here. Otherwise we can use the double arrows here, which will change the years by 1. So if I press that once, it'll go back to 2024. Same thing with the months. I can press May here, that will bring up the months here. And then also you can use the single arrows here to change the month. Once you're happy with the years and months, we can select what day we want to view the footage for. The days will have a blue arrow in the top right corner of its box. This will indicate that there is footage recorded on that day. So if I go to the 2nd of May 2025, that's going to load up a 24-hour timeline in the bottom of the screen here. And these cameras are set to record motion, so that is indicated by the blue blocks along the timeline here. So it's only picked up footage from about 7:45 to 8:20. If I wanted to zoom in on that timeline, we can change the range of the timeline just by hitting the down arrow next to the 24-hour indicator there. That will bring up options from 24 hours to 10 minutes. So that's about over an hour of footage. So I want to hit 2 hours. And then I've got a larger view of that footage. From here we can scrub through it just by pressing and holding onto the orange line here. We can scrub through the footage just like that. If you find something you want to export, we can do that from here. We can either take a screenshot of what we want to save. That will bring up the captured confirmed window up here, and we can hit view details, and then we've got an export button here. You can press that, and that will export to your USB you have plugged into the recorder. Otherwise, we can capture video by using the clip button. This will give you a start and an end point that you can adjust as necessary. Easier option will be to manually put in the time here. If you just click the time there, it will bring up the hours, minutes and seconds. Excuse me. And then we have the end time. So if I wanted to record 5 minutes of footage, I'll just hit that, change the minutes, and that is 5 minutes of footage. Otherwise, we can use the orange lines here. So the first line on the left here, that is the start, and the right orange line is the end point. So I can left click hold that and adjust as necessary. Once you're happy with the length of the video clip, we can hit OK. And that will bring up the export options. So first option here is just the file type. Most computers can play MP4 and AVI. So I can hit MP4 here. And then the saving path, if you have a USB plugged into the recorder, which you'll need to export footage, we can press the folder icon here to just make sure it's saving to there. And that will normally open up the USB straight away up here. And then we can create a folder, or we can use an existing folder to save our footage. Once you select the folder, you can hit OK. And then hit OK again to begin the export process. Now we can check the status of this export just by hitting the download task button up here. And we can see it's downloading now. Once that finishes downloading at 100%, we can safely unplug the USB stick. Now we can also export screenshots from the live view. So if you're watching the cameras and you see something you'd like to export, we've got the capture button down here, which we can press, view details and export. And that will bring up the same windows. You can just do the same thing, press OK.